Welcome back to the A-List podcast with Allison.
Caught you off guard.
Well, I
It's
followed
because
you.
we're recording. We're having a nooner.
We are having a nooner. One more time.
Okay.
Roll it back.
The A-List.
Welcome back to the A-List podcast with Allison and Alex.
She's Allie's son. She's Allison.
He's Alexander.
We both could be Allie.
Alexander.
We should just call the A-List with Allie's.
Allie squared.
Allie squared.
We did try something about a square, didn't we? Oh, in the design. I asked you about adding that, and then it
The
did not
square
work.
next to the A. That's all good.
I have a very large coffee.
You really do. Super large.
Because I realized I was tired when I got here. I had a good night's sleep though.
I'm pretty tired too, and I was hitting snooze for a full hour. Can you see Stanley in my camera?
Like the very tippy top
of his head?
Yeah.
Cute. Okay.
He does look very cute. He looks like a little hot dog.
Danny.
Oh, there he is.
You want to say something to the listeners? Oh, you just want to.
He's so shy.
He's so shy. Say hello. He needs a bath, everyone.
He's pretty.
You're so handsome. Yeah,
Oh
thank you
my
for the
gosh!
kisses. Now
Wow.
let's lay down.
If you guys aren't watching, you're missing out. But it's also your right to not watch. You know, you don't have to.
You wouldn't see it anyway because I'm not on camera.
Oh yeah, you're so right. I forgot about
Maybe
that.
I'll make it a cut down in the future.
I forgot. We
are recording me.
We're recording you for future cut downs, but
and for the historical documents.
Right. Oh, also the elephant in the room. I know we're all thinking.
Yes.
I dyed my hair.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I didn't dye it. Someone
Although
dyed
to
it for
me, it does look like the color. It's just that to me, it's like now all one color.
Yeah. It feels very dark to me.
Okay.
But I chose this color.
You certainly did.
He showed me the swatches. Everyone, don't worry. Fernanda we're all good. She just has small children and she can't come out here as often. She's a busy girl. She literally has the most poppin' salon in the Boston area, like literally. And she has young kids and she just can't, make it out here as often as she was.
Yeah.
So I had to have someone else do my hair. But we're okay. Her and I talked yesterday. She's not upset. I had the person that does
anxiety.
Alex's hair did my hair. And what a lovely man. What a lovely couple.
Yes, they're a lovely couple. One cuts my hair, one colors my hair.
Yeah.
She saw the one that colors my hair. He will not color my hair because he's a professional and I still have a GD perm.
Yeah.
That is holding on for dear life.
When everyone told you that it would be washed out in like 2 weeks.
If you watch our first few episodes, I have curly ass hair.
Yeah.
I was told by multiple people it's going to wash out 3 months.
Yeah.
In fact, the person that did my perm, she was very unsure.
Yeah, she was like, why are you doing this? It's not going to work.
Here we are, nearly, 9 months later?
Yeah, I was going to say 8, but 9, yeah.
And when I have wet hair, and it is still there. So Joey is his name. He will not color it because I'm ready to go blonde again. Like get my.
Are you going platinum?
No, I'm gonna do like how it was when you met me. I want to get like a bunch of highlights and just do like so many.
I'll be honest. The only thing I can remember is your space buns.
Oh.
And then
actually never mind. Yeah, you met me when I had long hair.
You had long hair. Yeah.
Sorry, wasting time music video. That's my goal. So that's just like that was 3 rounds of highlights.
Okay.
So I do it slow,
Yeah.
But I'm going to do highlight rather than platinum because you can have roots showing with highlights and it still looks good.
Yeah.
And it's a way less
When I
money.
first started going blonde, I really just like over time just kept getting highlights and highlights and highlights.
Yeah.
And he actually was like, that's the best way to do it because it's way less damage.
Way
than
less
a bleach and
damage.
tone.
It's a longer process.
Yeah.
But like with me for how fast my hair grows, I loved being platinum, but literally in 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Harsh red brown root.
Did he ever do a shadow root on you?
He always offered to do a shadow root, but I was just like, that was during my phase of just make it blonde again. Just like keep me bleached.
Yeah.
Anyway, so We both estimate that I will be able to start doing highlights around February. Okay. I could start now, but he wants to cut the perm, and the perm is still like.
And you want your hair to be long.
I care more about length than color right now. So
yeah.
So the waiting game, it's a waiting game, and that's fine. I'll take it.
But I feel like your hair grows fast.
Yeah, he couldn't believe his husband when I went to get my hair cut from him. He was like, I cannot believe how fast your hair is growing.
Did they were both separate hairstylists when they met, right?
They both have hair backgrounds before they met.
But what how convenient that one's a colorist, one is a cutist.
Joey does both, but he is a color specialist.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So here we are. I have no more blonde under.
And you're taking a minute to get used to it, but I'm here to
literally,
tell you
it doesn't
really
matter who does my hair. Even Fernanda, I love her so much. Like the first 24 hours, I question myself. Yeah. Even though when it happens, I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I asked for. And then 10 hours later, I'm like, I am ugly.
Totally.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
And then that cycle lasts for a 24-hour period. And then I'm like, oh, I love it. So it's it happens every time. And I'm used to it. And I know right now I'm like, it's so dark. But I literally held the swatches up to me and I was like, no, I definitely think the darker one is right. He was like, look at your eye color. Look at your all those things. And I was like, no, I think I want to do the darker one. And so it's my choice.
And like you said last night, it will fade a little.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah. I think I want to wash it today. I know that you're not supposed. I know.
It looks too good. It's fresh salon hair.
Yeah.
It's shiny and healthy looking. You need to let that settle in for at least another day. And we're going to be playing dodgeball tonight, so just wash it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just give it another day. It hasn't even been 24 hours.
Yeah, it's truly nothing against him. It's just this happens to me. I am I'm ugly.
I understand.
But normally that's also when it's styled by a stylist, and it's because I don't know, I can't style my hair like that. So then I look at it and I'm like, you look like a different person.
For sure.
You know?
I can style my hair like the stylist, so I can't really relate.
That's so cool. I'm really happy for you.
It's my claim to fame, you guys. I've always only cared about my hair forever. It's the one thing.
Well, at one point you cared about your vests, so.
The vests and the hair kind of went together. Yeah. I was reminded the other day about another. So I always go through fashion phases. I actually haven't really gone. Yes, I am. I'm in one right now, and it's crop tops. It's the longest. It's the longest running. Actually, no, vests really held on. Vests and rosary
what
beads.
Years were the vests?
Vests was 2017 to 2017, 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2007 to 2011.
Oh.
No, it was once I graduated, once I got into the boy band, I was like, oh.
I cannot wear this vest anymore. And these rosary beads when I'm not Catholic.
I kept the rosary beads there. I mean, you can see them on one of our music videos. But I was reminded the other day of another phase where I used to wear bandanas tied around my neck.
Mm-hmm. When was that?
That was when I went solo after the boy band. And it's in 4 music videos I did. It's the same 3 bandanas tied around my neck.
Yeah, I feel like I can picture.
And it was oh, yep, forgot about that phase too. Also, for some reason, in every one of my music videos, I don't know why, I wear a chain always. I don't ever take off this one chain. But for music videos, I put on such a large chain.
Every time?
Every time. And I was watching all my old music videos and I was like, what is this fascination with rosary beads and chains? And I was like, surely I didn't do this in wasting time. No, I did.
Oh.
A long chain with my initial, a pendant that had my initial on it.
You just feel like a music video calls for a long chain.
Costumey, I guess.
Yeah. Have you ever worn a choker?
I've worn pearls. I think I wore them in wasting
time. Isn't that something happening with the stuff that we're not going to talk about this time?
Oh God.
I feel like has something to do with the pearl necklaces. Well, I don't know, but
for me, Hollywood. It was just a fashion choice.
Yeah. You never wore back in the day, I mean, this was high school, so you definitely were not even close to being out at the time. But we used to wear the pantyhose around our neck. Oh, we talked about this when we did the one thing about the pantyhose. But
I definitely did not.
I could see you wearing a thin black choker. No?
I could try it. When I was 13, those teen years, I used to take long tube socks
Okay.
cut the like foot part off. So it was just like the elastic that goes up your like put a thumb hole and wear them.
Yeah.
Because that's what Jump 5 did.
Right. You were so
my
straight.
God. I would wake up in the morning and I would choose which set I was going to wear for the day.
Yeah. I feel like we did that, but we made them leg warmers. Like for dance, like for ballet class.
Yeah. No, I was wearing them on my hands. And
cute. We're not political at all. So don't get scared, everyone. But what I'm about to ask is just like an open-ended
You mean
question.
This podcast is not political? Because I have beliefs in...
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
This podcast.
Yeah.
But this is kind of pop culture adjacent.
Sure. Okay, what?
So what are your thoughts on like Kamala and or Trump going on
60 Minutes?
No, because 60 Minutes makes sense. So Kamala recently went on Call Her Daddy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are confused by that because it is like such a young podcast, like a lot of young listeners. I think it obviously makes sense because, you know, she's trying to appeal to young women. But just like I have a comment, which is just like it's weird. Like this is like the age we live in that like politicians are now going on podcasts such as Call Her Daddy. Trump went on Theo Von's podcast and it was so weird because Theo's like weird.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. But, you know, he was talking about like doing coke and like being an owl. Like, did you see that clip?
No.
Yeah, something. And Trump was trying to act like he's never done cocaine before, which is like actually insane, but whatever. Yeah, Theo was like, if you do coke, like your eyes standing outside your house, eyes wide like an owl all night or something. Like he said something so out of pocket, which is what Theo says.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trump went on that. And then Kamala just went on Call Her Daddy. And Alex had a whole speech before where she was like, look, I never wanted to talk about politics, but they reached out and asked if we wanted to do an interview. And she was like, I am a young woman and a lot of these issues like have to do with women's bodies. So she was like, I decided I wasn't going to talk about fracking and like stuff that I don't know about, but I did want to talk to her about like these policies that are affecting women's bodies. And she was like, I also sent an invitation to Trump if he wanted to come talk about it. So my question is just one, like, it's not a question, just a comment, like I said earlier, about like, it's weird that we live in a day and age where politicians are going on like these like pop culture podcasts. And two, do you think that Trump should go on Call Her Daddy?
I think...
Like, you think it'd be good for him?
I know
or do you think
why.
It'd be so weird.
I think
and,
they
like,
reached out to Alex
like, no.
because of that video that went viral of Alex.
She went to a Planned Parenthood or something. Yeah.
And in the rain was asking questions and it was really poignant and intelligent. And
which she is a very smart woman.
I think that
like,
was a direct... So Kamala going on her podcast was, I think, a direct result of that. Also, Alex's reach, like if you look up her podcast stats, it's like millions.
Yeah. I mean, she just signed that deal.
With Spotify.
Right? Well, no, her deal was before with Spotify. Didn't she just sign with like Sirius?
Yes,
and
you're
it's
right.
Like,
yeah, it is different.
It's like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I don't know if I think it's weird. I think like it makes sense because the issue with politics, at least here's what I recall from being a teen. When I was 18 and able, and I'll just be honest, when I was like able to vote, it was like we turned 18 in an election year. So
we did, yeah.
In that, it was Obama and Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know anything. No, it was Obama and
Pence. No. White man with white hair.
Yes.
What is his name?
Not John Kerry, because he's Democrat.
That was before that.
Yeah.
That was
It wasn't Bush again though, right? Because Bush got two terms.
Let me just look.
Who was
2008?
2008 presidential
candidates. It was John McCain.
McCain, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does have white hair, so
yeah. He's also passed away, right?
He did. Let's see.
Dick Cheney has passed away.
Yeah, I think McCain's alive.
Okay, so I don't recall. There was no way for us to get any information except from our parents and what we would see on the nightly news.
Yeah. Like on literally like the 10 p.m.
MySpace was not talking about politics. Early Facebook was not talking about politics. So
it was still like pretty taboo.
Correct.
To talk about like out of the home.
So I was just like, I voted for whoever my parents voted for.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even get to vote. I stood in line for hours and I had to go to work, and I got in a fight with this lady because one of my friends was like in line, like closer to getting in. I had to drive to Muncie to go to work. And I had been in line for hours, literally.
Yeah.
And one of my friends was up there and they were like, you can come in front of me. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I'm going to have to go. And so I went to go like get in front of my friend, and this lady flipped out on me and was like, you are not,
oh my God,
you are not cutting me in this line. And I was like, I have to go to work. I'm so sorry. It's my first time being able to vote. And she was like, no, get back in line.
Oh my God.
And then I had to leave before I could actually get in vote. So I didn't even get to vote that election.
Oh my God. Well, my point is, if I had the ability to kind of like absorb information in the way 18-year-olds can today by way of podcasts, TikTok, social media in general, I feel like although I may have still done what my parents wanted because I was a people pleaser, I am a people pleaser, there is a chance that I would have like said I voted this but lied and voted the other way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that is why maybe it feels weird, because it's just when we were 18, this wasn't even an option, but it could be really amazing to have an 18-year-old who listens to Alex's podcast hear this information, and that could be the tipping point for her to vote one way or another. Yeah.
I will say, I do think it probably is a good idea for Trump to go on a podcast, maybe adjacent, and actually talk about policy. Because what he didn't do on Theo Von's podcast was really talk about policy, because it was just like a normal Theo podcast where like he talks about random things.
Yeah.
From what I saw of it, maybe I'm missing something. So, don't quote me 100% on that. But Alex like took it seriously and actually did talk about.
And it got canceled and then rescheduled. I think he had an opportunity to go when he should have gone on 60 Minutes. He should have done it.
Yeah.
And then Kamala got the entire hour to herself because he declined.
Yeah.
And did you hear their announcement? I forget how far back, but for so many years, every presidential election year, the two candidates have gone on 60 Minutes to be interviewed together.
Oh.
For as long as 60 Minutes has been around.
And Barbara was...
Yes.
Has always been, because she's 1 million years old.
He was saying this, like the 60 Minutes. I'm sorry, I don't know who.
It's not Barbara anymore.
She's dead.
What?
Barbara Walters has been dead for years.
I'm not laughing at her being dead. I literally haven't had
Allison,
no idea.
I look it up, but I want to say she died in like 2018 or 19.
Literally, in my mind, she is still alive.
No, dead.
She died in 2022. It has not been that long.
Okay, 2022.
Thank you.
She's been dead in my mind for a while, because what a problematic human. Anyway, we're moving past that.
Oh, I know. I want to say I know nothing about her.
Okay.
I knew that she hosted that, and that's the extent of what I know about her.
Lots of issues there. So anyway, that is how it's always been. So they say, so he's explaining this, the news, journalist is explaining this. And he's like, Trump declined, Kamala accepted, so we're just going to interview Kamala. So she got the whole hour to talk about policy. And
very silly. Yeah. Like, even if you're not going to say anything, take up the time of your opponent.
But also Trump went on in the last election when he won. Like he did it.
Did he feel like the conversation wasn't good for him?
I don't know. It feels disrespectful to me, because it's so for me, it's like Kamala is crushing the game as far as she is
she's everywhere. I've seen her on many outlets.
She's putting in the work.
But yeah, I think you're right. For a young person, to
be able to make their own educated decision.
Yeah. So there is a website that I was turned on to when I first could vote called isidewith.com. I don't know if it's...
Oh, you did tell me about this.
Yeah. I don't know if it's problematic. I don't know if it's whatever. So don't come at me for that if you know more than I know about it. And to my knowledge, it is nonpartisan. And it is just someone inputs all of these different issues into this website.
Yeah.
And then you take a test, and it goes with who is in the election, who's running, what their thoughts are on said policies. And then you just go through and take a quiz.
Okay.
And you answer how you feel about the policy. So it'll bring up climate change.
Yeah.
And there'll be 5 questions about climate change, and you answer the question, and then you answer how important it is to you on a sliding scale. So it can be 0 for not important at all, 5 for extremely important, or it could be somewhere in the middle.
Okay,
and so you answer how you feel at, like, answer that question and then how the level you feel about it. And it goes through all of the policies that are going to be on the ticket, basically.
Okay.
And then at the end, it tells you who you side with more than who else. So it could be the Democrat side. It could be the whoever's running independent. It could be who is running libertarian, like all those things. And it shows you on a sliding scale how much you agreed with that candidate's answers on the policy.
Okay.
For me, that website really has helped throughout the years. I haven't done it in the past 2 elections, I don't think. But when I was young, it helped me because I was like, I don't know anything about this stuff. So I'm just going to go through and answer honestly what I believe on what I know. You can also skip questions if you know nothing. I would be like, yeah, I have no idea about this.
Yeah.
But things that I just answered like from an ethical standpoint of myself without knowing you can kind of discern what side believes what, I guess, if you understand the extremes. But if I just answered ethically and then it told me who I was close to, and I feel like things like that are nonpartisan, that have no political affiliation. It's just like, here's the facts. Here's like a way for you to know where you fall on these facts. I feel like that is something that's really helpful. I don't know if it's up to date anymore. I don't know if it's still not affiliated with a certain side. So take that with a grain of salt. But that is something that I feel like for younger people is probably a good way for them to see where they fall without immediately having to be like, my parents are this side, or I go to like a school with all these people that feel this way. I have to vote this way because if I don't vote the same way all my friends are, then I'm going to be singled out. Like you can really see where you fall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's not to like really talk about politics in a, too serious way. But I just thought it was interesting, like that we're in a world where influencers / like pop culture podcasts are having the political candidates on.
She also went on The View.
Oh, who's even on The View anymore?
Well,
is it still Rosie?
Joy is back, and Whoopi's there.
Whoopi. What's Whoopi up to these days? Should I look?
Doing The View and producing and making Sister Act 3.
What? When's that coming out? Is she singing in it?
She had the cast of Sister Act 2 come on The View and they sang. Like she did the la 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 la. She did that.
Oh my God, cute.
And then announced Sister Act 3.
Cute. She's 68 years old. Work. You have another segment for us to do. So I just want to talk about one thing that I looked up before we get into SpeakPipe and game.
And I also wanted to say real quick, if you are in the path of this hurricane, we are thinking about you and praying for you and sending you good vibes because it's scary.
Yes, I hope that
it's like hit now, right? It's happening right now.
Yeah, I think so. I looked right when I woke up. I looked at what was happening through the lens of TikTok, and I wasn't seeing like total destruction yet.
Okay.
So I was hoping, since we're 3 hours behind, I was like, maybe there's a chance that it really will like be less than.
Yeah.
But obviously, when this episode comes out, like we will have known what happened already. So whatever happens, we're thinking about you guys. We hope that.
Gotta find out about Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, Lieutenant Dan. I saw videos of him. You guys, there's this man. His name is not Lieutenant Dan, obviously. I think his name is starts with a J. He lives in a boat somewhere. It's not funny. Is it funny? I don't know. It's not funny. But he lives in a boat somewhere right in the evacuation zone. And he was like, I am not leaving. Like, first of all, it's all he owns in the world is this boat.
God told him to be there.
And God told him not to leave, is what he was saying. I saw videos today of police being like trying to get him to leave. And then
the police are getting involved.
And then I saw another one where this police officer was like, look, as of tomorrow, like, we are not asking you. We will remove you. So either someone, whoever was filming these TikToks for him, offered to pay for a hotel for him.
Oh, that was nice.
And so he was like, either you take this offer of this man to put you up in a hotel, or like, we're just going to make you like get out of this area. We will
like they're going to arrest him.
I guess. But it's like, is it illegal to, on your own free will, say, I'm not leaving?
Know.
Like, I don't know. Like, if he, obviously no one wants him to perish in this, but it's also like, if that's his choice, like, what can you do?
Truly, I don't know. That's a tricky sitch.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hoping to hear good things about Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. But yes, if you are affected, we are thinking about you, and we, I don't even know what else to say.
Sending you good vibes.
Yeah. Positivity. I don't know how to segue from that.
It's okay. Just segue away.
Okay. I just happen to be looking at page 6 just for what's going on in the world today. And they announced the 2025 Met Gala theme. Oh. And I thought that we could chat about it.
I didn't know the Met Gala was still a thing. I thought it was canceled after all of the BS from last time, but I guess not.
This year? Where it was, remind me?
Haley Bailey let them eat cake. The Met Gala was happening while the genocide is going on. And people were like, I can't believe that this huge party is happening while people are being murdered.
Oh, yeah. Because it was very like, it very felt like Hunger taste. Games. It felt like very,
the Capitol.
Black Mirror. Yeah, it was the Capitol. Yeah. Honestly, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. I understand it's a charity event, and it's like, what we don't see as people who are not there, like it's a whole like art gallery, and like
it's an arts and culture event.
Yeah, it's like
for
things are on display for people to see. It would be, I think you can go to the Met after the gala and see the installations, correct?
I don't know.
I feel like, yeah.
But I do not think Haley Bailey will be invited back.
I'm sure not.
Because it's invitation only.
Yes, Anna Wintour is, and there's a board, I guess, every year that's of different people, because there's people, I'm going to tell you now, that are on the chairs of the gala, that I think have a say in all of that. But Anna is scary.
Yeah, Miranda Priestley vibes.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, Vogue announced that the theme of fashion's biggest night, which is set to take place on May 5th, 2025, will be Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, which I think is a sick theme.
I like that.
So it says co-chairs for the ball include Coleman Domingo, race car driver Lewis Hamilton, rappers A$AP Rocky and Pharrell Williams, and editor-in-chief Anna Wintour.
Okay.
Also, LeBron will serve as honorary chair. LeBron James.
Okay.
So according to Vogue, the upcoming Costume Institute show at the Metropolitan Museum of Art will take the Black dandy as its subject, examining the importance of clothing and style to the formation of Black identities in the Atlantic diaspora. That's why I had to look up if I was saying word correctly, which I think is great. Like, I think it's a really interesting theme. I think that like we will see a lot of like people who have, something to say and have a really great voice that will like really show out. And I think that it will be a good conversation because the Met Gala is every year, like people are on it for clicks for one and for views. And I think like there's no way around it. You have to talk about what the theme is. And I think like it will be good.
I agree. I will be interested to see how it unfolds.
Yeah. One thing about me though is like I never understand whatever the theme is. I don't understand how you're supposed to dress for it.
You don't. You go to a designer and then they figure it out for you.
Yeah, because sometimes I look at the outfits and the themes and I'm like, how does this relate in any way?
Right. It seems like a stretch.
Yeah, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
What else does this article say? Because the Met Gala is focused on Black culture, I need the invites to reflect that. Oh, this is someone maybe on X, someone said this. I need the designers to respect Black culture. This can be one of the most iconic themes if done correctly. This is just people commenting.
Yeah.
Finally, the Met Gala is worth seeing. Very out of the norm. Can't wait. Yeah, I think people sound excited. So
okay, shoot. Cool. Love that.
Okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to do speak pipes?
Well, let me do my little. We had some positive feedback for my pop culture origin words.
Oh yeah.
And so I thought, let's do a few more. I got 3 more to share today, and thought these were pretty interesting.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So first word. You're good.
I'm ready.
First word is twerk.
Okay, I have to get back in the mindset.
I'm
trying to think of where I think that it is originating from.
So yeah, obviously I'm choosing things that are like part of our vernacular today, that are words that are clearly not from original English language, but they're part of what we say today.
Yeah.
Where do you think twerk came from?
So again, I think it's going to come from something way older than my initial thought would be. I feel like from my perspective, I don't remember when I even first heard the term twerk. I feel like
it has to do with dance, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like in dance, like it was first to me like booty popping.
Okay, yeah.
But that's just because I'm from Indiana. So that aside. I feel like I want to go back to the ball culture thing. Because twerk.
Well,
yeah.
what you picture twerking, it is a specific motion. It's a movement.
Oh, maybe like Caribbean, like a very old dance from the Caribbean that maybe it had 2 words that they then put together as like time went on and it formed the word twerk, but maybe it was formed from 2 words. That's all. I sound really stupid.
No, you don't. This is you're on the right track. So
Okay.
I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
The word twerk is believed to have originated in AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English. Mm-hmm. Became popular in early 2000s, though its roots go back further. Mm-hmm. It's thought to be a combination of 2 words.
Whoa.
Twist and jerk.
Okay.
Describing the dance movement that involves a fast, rhythmic thrusting of the hips. Mm-hmm. The term has connections to New Orleans bounce music in the 1990s, where the dance was a common feature. The dance itself has parallels to traditional African dance style, which that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Particularly in its focus on hip movement. The word twerk gained mainstream attention in 2013, thanks to its use in popular music and viral dance videos. Mm-hmm. Its exact linguistic origin is somewhat debated, but its cultural roots are grounded in African and African American dance tradition.
Cute.
So that's twerk, everyone. That's the origin of twerk.
I love it.
What about hashtag as we know it today? Because we grew up with the hashtag symbol is pound.
Pound on the
keypad.
On the
phones.
keypad of the phone. On the whatever.
Where do you think it originated from? Us using it as it pertains today to hashtag blessed. Hashtag whatever.
Hashtag
pop culture. We know hashtag. Gen Z knows hashtag as something completely different than what we know that symbol to be.
Yeah.
So where do you think hashtag moved from the pound symbol for a phone to how it's used today, which is like
like
totally
in a
different.
Caption to lead you to other posts and videos,
other content pieces that fall within that category.
Well, because I'm unsure about MySpace or the origin of Facebook, I'm unsure about if it started there. My first thought was Twitter before Instagram? You don't want to tell me because it's gonna...
I do believe Twitter was before Instagram. It was before Instagram because I had Twitter when I lived in Indiana before I moved out here.
Yeah.
And I remember when Twitter was new, you could text what you wanted to say.
Oh, and that was dangerous.
And I would do it.
I want to say that maybe with Twitter, they introduced it as a way to track what people were talking about in terms of like analytics, maybe. And they coined it, maybe they coined the term like on the platform to make it like a cooler thing to use rather than pound that we knew from the phone.
Okay. So you're on the right path. I knew before like looking into this, I knew it originated on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it originated there. I didn't know why or how. So this was pretty interesting. So the word hashtag as it's used today originated from the combination of the hash symbol and the word tag. So it became part of modern vernacular thanks to social media, particularly Twitter. The hashtag concept was introduced by a man named Chris Messina, a social technology expert, in 2007. Messina proposed using the hash symbol to group related topics in Twitter, allowing users to easily follow and engage with specific conversations. So grouping, you thought. He suggested it as a way to create channels of discussion similar to those on Internet Relay Chat, IRC.
Oh, okay.
His original tweet was on August 27th, 2007, and it read this.
Okay.
How do we feel about using hashtag #, for groups as a hashtag barcamp message? As in hashtag barcamp message.
Okay.
At first, Twitter didn't formally adopt the hashtag, but users began using it organically. As the usage grew, Twitter officially incorporated hashtag in 2009, allowing clickable hashtags to group tweets.
Okay.
This concept spread into other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, making hashtags a universal way to categorize and search for content online. Today, hashtag refers to the practice of using a hash symbol followed by a keyword or phrase without a space to tag posts, making it easier to find content related to that specific trend or topic.
Whoa. So we went from... like it went too far at one point on Instagram. Remember when I feel like you were a part of this, where you were using like original. 40 different hashtags.
So at one time I was like, when Instagram was new to using hashtags, you could use up to 30.
Okay.
And I would get hundreds of thousands of likes.
Yeah.
We now know those were bots. That was the early day of bots.
Yeah.
But I would truly hashtag a photo with 30 hashtags.
Yeah.
And get 150,000 likes.
That's pretty insane. And I was of the camp of like, I don't want to do that because I feel silly. And like,
even then, then it was like, cool. I feel out here at least.
I think it was a here thing. I think in Indiana because trends make it here or make it to Indiana way later.
A little delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed. And in Indiana, it was kind of like, oh, you are trying too hard. Like are like you're a poser, you're annoying. And so we really didn't do it much here because it was like, it was looked at negatively.
I would be at events or parties or hanging out with groups of friends and we would trade hashtags that we saw traction on. Like, literally I was hashtag guy, hashtag male model, hashtag tag for likes, hashtag, like I remember them so specifically.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, hashtag
Did you have them
hot
saved?
boy. Yeah, they're in a note on my phone actually.
Still.
Yeah, still. Oh my God, I didn't even think to look at that.
Yeah, you should.
Let's see if I can pull one
Did
up
you
really
tag
quick.
any gay ones?
No, hell no.
Oh, I thought you might have slipped one in there.
From 2013. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
I have different groups for different things. For
God.
At the gym, in my car, these groups got me a lot. If I'm working with someone on something, oh my God, here we go. Here's just one. Here's my, from March of 2013.
Okay.
I'm not going to say hashtag every time, but here, just know there's a hashtag before each of these words.
Yeah.
And this was in one single post. Sunglasses, big hair, follow me, follow for follow, team follow back, day, swag, jacket, iPhone 5, pick of the day, iPhone 5. Love, me, Instagood, Tweegram, photo of the day, Instamood, Igers, cute, iPhone only, pick of the day, Instagram hub, girl, Insta daily, best of the day, beautiful, sky, like for like, double tap, best, TFLers, hot, TFLers, Instagrammers, IG daily, all underscore shots, textgram, Instago, IG addict, tags for likes.
Whoa.
On every post.
I'm going to look up tags for likes on Instagram and just see what the like latest post is.
Crazy? And I would copy and paste that on every photo and be like, I'd wake up the next day and be like, oh, 120,000 today. That's it.
Did they translate to follows or just
No.
likes?
I mean, I had a pretty good following before I deleted that Instagram, but they did not. It wasn't about followers in the beginning of Instagram.
Yeah.
It was about likes.
Yeah. Because really you were just following your friends.
Correct. Stanley?
I don't know how to look up a hashtag on Instagram anymore.
You just type it. You don't put the hashtag. You just type it. And
tags.
And then look under tags.
Hold on. This girl posted 2 days ago and used that hashtag.
This? Wow.
So she's still going. Whoa. So, and this girl hers were like for like, follow, followers, follow me, style, lifestyle, tags for likes, Insta fashion, Insta good. You use that.
Uh-huh.
Insta daily, fashion Guys, style, model, fashion, photo of the day, art, beautiful.
She is 11 years behind.
Literally.
11 years behind.
That's very interesting. I didn't think anyone used things like that anymore.
That was also the day of Instagram that was like, I think this is why Instagram has become so toxic for our age millennials, because we grew up in the Instagram days when they were testing different features and you could see what your friends were liking in your home, on your home screen.
I don't remember that.
So like in my secret relationship, if he wasn't texting me back, I could see on my homepage that he just liked specific people's posts and followed specific people, but wasn't texting me back.
I would have been, if I had been dating someone at that time, I would have been very upset.
Yeah, that was when everything was transparent on Instagram. You could see everyone's activity all the time. Like now I could see if you liked a photo, but I would have to go to that photo and see that you liked it. But they're on our homepage. It used to say AD Floria liked this photo by this person and this photo by this person. Like it was.
Hate that.
Yeah, it was awful.
Literally hate that. Yeah, that's not good.
So anyway, that is the hashtags have come a long way.
Yeah, but somehow they're the same.
Somehow. Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
This one's fun. Photobomb. We know what a photobomb is. It's obviously like when someone gets into a photo they're not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
But when did it become? It's in the dictionary. When did it become part of our vernacular, or why? Or I guess when is the question.
Yeah. So I want to say probably college age for us. So maybe a little earlier. I want to say it's the age, like I said, I think last episode, of digital cameras, where we took our digital camera everywhere and we took 1 million photos and then we uploaded them all to one album on Facebook. And I feel like people would hop in the back of the photo and it was a funny thing to do. So I want to say
kind of nailing it.
Around 20, maybe like 2009, 2010.
Oh my God, you're so close. Here we go. The term photobomb gained traction on the internet and in pop culture by late 2008. You were so close.
Yeah.
The first known use of the word photobomb dates back to 2008, and it became increasingly popular because of celebrities photobombing at events.
Oh, like on a red carpet?
Correct. Okay. Which further propelled the term into mainstream usage. And then in 2014, photobomb was recognized as a word used in our vernacular and added to the dictionary.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah. So you are right.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking celebrities were doing it first.
Celebrities doing it on purpose and on then, red carpets.
People watching like the Oscars would be like, "Oh, Kate Winslet photobombed
Leo."
Yeah. Why did I use them?
Because they're together always.
Because they love each other.
Yeah. Anyway, those were my little pop culture origin.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm learning so many things.
We both are.
We have 2 speak pipes. I believe they're from the same person, so I'm gonna play them both.
Okay. My video's still recording, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Allison and Alex. This is Nerm reporting live from Washington State.
Ooh.
Love the podcast. I listen to you guys every Monday morning when I'm getting ready for work. I'm not even through this week's podcast yet. I'm listening to Allison talk about dissociating during dodgeball and during the sweat session. And my question is, how do you get out of that? Because I have that problem too. I don't know what to do. I actually am in therapy. That's also on Monday mornings. So you guys are sandwiched around my therapy session, which I love. I just started therapy again. It's been going great. And I've been working on that dissociative feeling. So, Allison, how do you get out of that?
Interesting.
How do you get out
I
of that,
just
Allison?
dissociated a little bit ago. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to play
did.
the other one.
Okay.
Hey, it's Nerm again. I'm realizing that I sent that speak pipe and I forgot to sign off. So, just a couple quick pieces of feedback that I absolutely love you guys. And this is my favorite history podcast, and this is my favorite sports podcast, and I will continue to preach that. And my dogs both say hi. And now I'm going to sign off. Bye.
Thank you, Nerm.
Oh
And
my
Nerm's
gosh,
doggies.
cute. It is also my favorite sports
It's
podcast.
my favorite sports podcast too.
And it's just specifically dodgeball.
Yeah,
like no
it
other
is.
sport. Okay.
Or it's
so,
me guessing how sports work.
Yeah. You were what was it last episode? You were like, what is it football season?
Yeah, I was not. Yeah, is it
Yeah.
football season? And you're like, yes.
Just started, yeah. Okay, so dissociating. So for me, I think that dissociating for me is like very rooted in anxiety, obviously. And not obviously, I guess, I don't know. It could come from other things for other people, but for me has to do with anxiety and my mind starting to race on like, oh no, you shouldn't have said that, or is this person mad at me, or all those things, and it's all I can think about. And so then I am removed from the situation mentally and I'm thinking about those things. So for me, I feel like to get out of it, I think that I really just have to try my hardest to move on from that feeling, whether I need to revisit it later, whatever I'm anxious about. I either need to address it right then and be like, what are you anxious about? Like, how can I minimize that feeling right now? Or I need to say, you can't fix it right now. You can't change it right now, whatever you're stressed about. So like, move on, do what you're doing, be with your friends, be in the moment of, you know, if you're at dinner, if you're at a show, if you're just hanging out, if you're working out, whatever, like, come back to the moment, finish what you're doing in that moment, and then you can go back later and be like, okay, what went wrong? What do I need to do? What do I need to change so that I am no longer feeling anxiety about that thing? I feel like that is probably what I do. Honestly, because I'm dissociating, I don't actually know what I'm doing. It also helps when you have people to talk to, like Alex, that can talk you down from said anxiety.
Sure. Yeah, it's
But
always
what
helpful.
about you? Do you dissociate?
I don't dissociate that often, but when I do, I just let myself kind of sit in the empty space. I definitely, like the most recent time that happened was like a couple weeks ago, but I just kind of let myself sit in the empty space, and then music always gets me out of it. So I just know to like put on my playlist and then snap back to reality, and then I'm able to like handle what the issue is. But it is crazy when it happens for me, because I will like, I don't know if you experience this too, but I will realize I'm doing something and be like, when did I come in here and start cleaning the kitchen sink?
No, because you anxiety clean.
Yeah, anxiety.
So
clean. But in
I'm
that
definitely
specific
not doing
instance,
that.
I'm like, wait, when did I decide I was going to clean the sink? I'm just doing this right now.
Yeah. I don't think that happens to me because I more am frozen. So I don't start doing something. Yeah. I'm frozen in time and space.
Can't speak word out mouth.
No, I cannot speak.
Can't make sense.
Yeah. So it's not that for me. But I think, wait, I had something that I thought of when you were talking. Oh, I think like before, I used to, first of all, I didn't know I had anxiety for one. And so when other people would be like, I'm feeling anxious or I am dissociating, I'd be like, what? I have never felt that a day in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what is this feeling? And then as I got older, I realized that I, in fact, do have anxiety and I do feel anxious pretty often. I feel like before I just thought like I was feeling I hurt someone's feelings or I did something wrong and I just felt like upset was the word that I just like felt for whatever I did or I presumed that I did that it was causing me to feel that way. And then I think my first thought into anxiety was that I had OCD. I don't think that I have OCD for real. I have OCD tendencies, but it really is just anxiety. Like I'm worried that I didn't turn off my straightener. I have to check it like 3 times before I can leave the house. Or like, did I turn off the oven? And it's not so much like I have the quintessential OCD in terms of rituals and things like that. It's more just like I have anxiety that I'm going to burn the house down.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so I have to like make sure that that anxious feeling is gone before I can leave, which is a whole other thing. And I know that. And, you know, we don't really have to go that deep into it now. But then like I really understood like, no, like actually you are just an anxious person.
Right.
And I haven't really talked about it, but I've been on Wellbutrin now for like,
Has it been a year?
Not a year. At the beginning of this year, for sure. I think that's helped my generalized anxiety. And really now I just get anxious about like specific things.
Situations.
But I do think that I get over it faster. Like I do think I work through the feeling faster than before.
Okay.
So not saying that you need to medicate yourself, NERM, but it is something that has helped me. But yeah, I think like working out is a big thing, like
huge. Because
once you start working out, you have to think about what you're doing. Yeah. You can't think about what's going on in your head. So I think like if I'm anxious during the day and I'm about to go to the workout class, it's great because I know I'm going to class. I know I'm going to be, working out and like, I have to focus on lifting the weights so I don't hurt myself. And then you kind of forget. And also if you're just like, you know, working hard and you're hurting because you're working out, like you're thinking about the pain of whatever you're doing, you know, you're running or you're lifting weights or whatever in that moment. And then like when you're done working out, it has eased. Or if you're not in a place to go to a workout class right then, like going on a walk or whatever, I think like for me, walks, I have to think on them. So yeah, I listen to a podcast. I listen to someone else talk so that I don't hear my own thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like those are good from both of us. Yeah. Those are some good things.
And good on you for being in therapy, taking care of your mental.
True that.
It's hard out there.
Yeah. And you're a testament now, like you've been, prior to this year, last year, had you been in therapy before that? I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Yeah. I've never been in this much therapy. Yeah. Now I'm literally in like 7 hours of therapy a week.
Yeah. But how long had you been in therapy before? Like what you're doing right now aside.
Okay. Yeah. I have done 2 years.
Okay. But prior to that, you hadn't your whole life. Because I feel we probably talked about it before. Therapy, like especially coming from the Midwest, like, and the generation of our parents, I don't think like therapy is like really.
You don't tell strangers about your problems. Yeah. You take them to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
No, also, I just knew.
A little taboo, right?
I was never against it. Like I was always open to it and knew I wanted to. Again, this just ties into being closeted. I knew I couldn't. What would be the point of starting therapy if
you were not going to be honest?
I was not going to be honest about who I was. So it would have all just been for nothing.
Yeah. Fair. But yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. But would you have told them? No,
I wouldn't have. I definitely wouldn't have. It would have just been like paying money for no reason, not to get to the actual things I needed help with.
Yeah.
But here we are.
And you're killing it.
Thank you.
So I have birthdays for today.
Hit me.
I didn't write these down.
What is the date?
October 14th. Okay.
Okay. Who was born today?
Who was born today on October 14th? Usher. 46.
I thought we weren't going to talk about.
Do you know Rowan Blanchard?
No.
She's an actress, apparently. She was in Girl Meets World. She was in Spy Kids all the time of the world. I think she's younger. That's probably why. She's 23.
Oh, okay.
Of course, we don't know her. We're old.
We're old.
A lot of influencers.
Okay.
Who are these people? Well, Nicole from this recent season of Love Island, which you don't know, but she's 27.
Okay. Oh, Ralph Lauren.
Why is that not on here?
Iconic American fashion designer Ralph Lauren's birthday is on the 14th.
Interesting. Cliff Richard, pop singer. Who adopted a singing style reminiscent of Little Richard.
Oh. I have 5. I see 5. Usher, Ralph Lauren, Roger Moore, Stacy Keibler.
Who's
actress, that? And she was a professional wrestler. And then you're going to love this one.
What?
A former president.
Oh, I already saw it.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah. I just was like, do I need to tell you that it's Eisenhower's
love that shit, so you should say it.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Wait, his brother lost an eye. Why is
Dwight
that?
D. Eisenhower?
Why is that like a
fun fact?
Fun fact. Like what? That's so
funny.
random. Okay, well, happy birthday to those people. What a interesting day of birth.
Funny.
And also, happy birthday to my grandfather.
Yes, happy
birthday. May
birthday.
he rest in peace.
Absolutely. And happy birthday to you if your birthday's this week.
Yeah, of course. That goes without saying.
No, we should say it.
We should say it, but it also goes without saying. If we happen to forget, please know that we're still wishing you a happy birthday.
Do the tag with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday. I was trying to
you.
I really didn't even tell you, but in my mind, I just said I'm going to harmonize.
I also didn't say here's the key anyway. You just came right in.
Yeah, that's
and
your
I
fault.
appreciate and acknowledge the confidence.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And to all you Libras out there, I hope you have a wonderful day.
Happy Libra season.
Yeah. We love ya.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.